Hello, I, Jawad Nadari, the English teacher, am the host of the first episode of Oswe Talks. In this podcast, we're gonna talk about various subjects. Students will have the key role here. In every episode, four students express their ideas about the questions I ask. It is guaranteed that listening to these podcasts can improve your motivation to be a member of our English club. I should say that we are not here just to work on our speaking skill. This is a try to be a better listener. I hope you can find it useful. The topic of this episode is schools. 5 questions will be asked and every participant will answer them. Hello again, my dear students. I really appreciate your efforts and thank you for accepting my invitation. Let's start with the first and the most important question. Hirad, do you really enjoy going to school? I want you to be honest with us. Sometimes we don't want to talk about our real feeling in the public. You go, please.
I enjoy going to school not because of the unnecessary homeworks that almost all of the teachers assign, or the unexpected pop quizzes which have direct effect on the students' grades. But I enjoy it because that I can actually learn something and at the end of the day when I'm all alone and thinking about my day, I can tell myself that today wasn't useless and I actually learned something. And on top of all of that, I can hang out with my friends and joke around with my teachers.
Thanks a million, dear Hirad. That seemed quite reasonable to me. I think hang out with friends can decrease the level of hatred we can usually see among the students towards the school's atmosphere. Let's go to Pendar. Pendar, what do you think about this question? What is your idea about that?
I think going to school has both good side and thought parts. Sometimes it's really fun because you get to see your friends and sit in interesting classes and learn new things. But other times it can make me exhausted when there are too many exams and assignments or when you have to study subjects or not really into.
Well, I couldn't agree more with the part you said about too many exams. From where I see the issue, taking lots of exams can destroy the spirit of education. Thank you so much. It was really true. Okay, let's go to the next participant, Muhammad Hussein. Do you tell us your idea? What do you think? Do you think it is enjoyable going to school or you have another idea?
Generally, I do, because I think school is a great opportunity to socialize and meet new people your age. On top of that, in schools where the students are smarter and more hardworking compared to other schools, a healthy competition atmosphere and tension is created, and it pushes all students to study more.
Thank you, dear Muhammad Hussein. Yes, you are truly right. The better students you have at school, the more chance you can take to be successful because you must show your best to be among the top 5 or top 10. Okay, let's finish this part with Arsalan. Arsalan, you tell us your idea about this question.
Yes, I enjoy going to school because it is not only a place to study but also a place to grow as a human. At a school, I can meet friends, learn new ideas, and take part in activities that help me discover my interests. Of course, sometimes it can feel stressful, like during exams or where there's too much homework. But overall, school is an important part of life. It gives me experiences that I would not get anywhere else, such as teamwork, sharing ideas, and understanding different people. For me, a school is more than just classes. It is a place where I build my future step by step.
As Arsalan said, we can build our future by our own hands at school, and this is the gist of the whole story. Thank you, guys. Now, let's listen to your answer to the second question. What subjects are really useful for your life learning at school?
Okay, subjects like literature for communication, math for problem solving, history for understanding people, PE for health and teamwork, art for creativity are really useful in life.
In my opinion, the most useful subjects are the ones related to humans and social life. For example, subjects like psychology and economics. Although I must say subjects like physics and chemistry are useful too, but I, as a student, felt like human science subjects were more useful to me.
As Pindar and Muhammad Hussein mentioned, being social and working with a team are extremely beneficiary for students.
I believe subjects like math and science are useful, but what really helps in life are subjects that teach us skills for everyday situations. For example, learning languages is very helpful because it allows us to communicate with more people around the world. Physical education is also important because it teaches us how to stay healthy and take care of our body. In addition, subjects like art or music are very valuable because they allow us to express creativity and emotions. Beyond academic lessons, school also teaches us life skills like teamwork, problem solving, and time management.
To start, I think that every country has a different educational system and teaches a student different stuff at different ages compared to other countries. But to be honest, in Iran, the educational system is not that great because they don't teach you anything that you can actually use after graduation. But it always all depends on teacher. A good teacher is a teacher that talks about stuff which is useful in a person's life.
According to Arsalan, learning time management and being prepared for the future can be helpful. As you heard Hirad, he has a negative opinion about the educational system, but he believes a good teacher can solve the problem. Great answers so far. It's time to go through the other questions. Now, number 3. Should the school children wear uniform? Is it necessary to look like the same when we go to school, or it is a kind of cliche?
Deciding whether school children should or shouldn't wear uniforms depends highly on the school. There are two kinds of schools when talking about uniforms. One kind states that all students must be present only with the school's uniform. On the other hand, one school, instead of choosing a uniform for the students, puts limits on their clothing. For instance, they say that all students must wear buttoned and long sleeved shirts which don't have special buttons. If I was the authority of the school, I would choose the second option.
Actually, it's a good thing that almost all the students across the world have to wear uniforms. Dress code is always a symbol of manners and discipline, and the school teaches discipline to the children and the students from a very young age by making them understand that you cannot wear anything you want everywhere you go. Because you can wear shorts and tank top while you're on the beach, but you cannot wear them on a formal meeting. On the other hand, some schools don't know the main purpose of dress codes and uniforms. They have an idea of that every single student has to wear the same uniform, and when someone doesn't do it, they punish the student. This is wrong. The whole purpose of uniforms and dress codes at the school is for the kid to understand that they have to wear something formal in a formal place. So if one student attends a school not wearing the uniform but wearing something that is very close to the uniform and is formal, it's actually okay and normal, and that a student does not deserve to be punished.
I think wearing a school uniform has both advantages and disadvantages. On the positive side, uniforms make everyone look equal. It creates a sense of unity and belonging, and it also makes it easier to recognize students from the same school. On the other hand, some people argue that uniforms limit personal freedom and don't allow students to express their own style. Personally, I think uniforms are a good idea, but schools should also give students freedom on special days when they can wear what they like. This way, we can enjoy the benefits of both equality and self expression.
Uniforms can make students feel equal, save time, but they also limit self expression, may be costly, and can be boring. Overall, they are useful for fairness, but some options to be free to choose should be allowed.
All the students agreed on wearing uniform. In my idea, they are correct. It can save us time, show equality and fairness, at least at school. Again, thank you, my dear students. Last but not least, question number 4. What should be done to improve the quality of education at schools?
There are many ways to improve education. First, teachers should be supported with good training and fair salaries because we are the heart of education. Second, schools should use modern technology and creative teaching methods so that learning feels interesting and connected to real life. Third, there should be less pressure on exams and more focus on developing skills like communication, teamwork, and problem solving. Also, schools should create safe and friendly environments where students feel confident to share ideas and ask questions. If schools combine a strong academic teaching with life skills and creativity, the quality of education will improve for everyone.
There are a lot of ways to improve the quality of education, but I think the most useful one is that teachers spend more of their creativity to teach. You see, because textbooks are just plain and dry text, most students are not able to learn anything from it and don't get along with it. But with creativity and teachers' interaction with the students, the percentage of learning goes way higher than usual.
First of all, and the most important thing that can be done is to give students motivation to study. I have come across this myself so many times. I have studied for more than 80 hours in 1 week and I got the best grade in the school. And so that there wasn't anything to hype me up and give me motivation so I can keep this up for the next week. I figured out that there was no difference between me, who got 100 out of 100, and the students who got 85 out of 100. The next thing that has to be taught and actually exists in a school is fairness and honesty. When one student defends themselves from a bigger group of attackers and abusers, they must not be punished for defending themselves. School accepts a student to be beaten up and abused and stay silent. Then they can go and report to the principal office. That is not fair. People are supposed to learn how to stay their ground and defend themselves. And the last thing that every school in all over the globe has to have is an extra time and an actual extra subject that teaches you what to actually do after graduation if you don't want to continue studying. When a kid spends 7 hours of their day in a place for years, that place basically becomes their second home. So everything that they need for every path that they choose has to be taught to them. They have to be taught about useful laws, how to defend themselves, how to sue someone, about protecting themselves from rapists, robbers, and much more. About insurances, about making a family, and the list goes on.
Schools can be better if teachers get good training and fair pay, if classes are bigger and the number of students is lower, and if students have modern books and computers, it's better. Also, schools should teach not only facts but also skills like critical thinking and problem solving.
Preparing a fair environment, using creative strategies, making students motivated, and teaching students how to express themselves by critical thinking were the points my students mentioned. Okay, this was the first episode of Oswe Talks. Thanks to the participants, Hirad Najafi, Muhammad Hussein Bahrami, Arsalan Chaman Pardaz, and Pendar Jahanshiri. Follow us on Instagram, subscribe us on YouTube, cause a lot more coming during the school year. Bye bye.